Welcome to day 20 of our free sewing class. In today's class, we are going to learn how to cut flay. You can use flay for skirts, for blouse, for sleeve, or anything. Let me show you examples of what you can do with flay cut. There are different types of flay. There's a 90-degree, 135-degree, 180-degree, 270-degree, 360-degree. But in this class, we will learn how to cut 90-degree, which is the same thing as quarter flay. Depending on where the flay will start from, let's assume our flay is starting from the waist. So we'll be using our waist circumference. You add your sewing allowance, then you multiply it by 4. You multiply it by 4 and then divide by 6.28. This is for a quarter flay skirt. Now I'll be using 25 as my waist. So let me do the calculation for you. The 25 inches I'm using is plus 1 inch sewing allowance. The person's waist is actually 24. So I added 1 inch, that makes it 25, divided by, multiplied by 4. Then I now divide it by 6.28. This is to get a 90-degree skirt or a quarter skirt. So I'll just, from this tape, where you are placing your fabric or your pattern, you start your tape from that tape and you do a arc like a semicircle, the way I am doing. So after drawing this circle, this arc, which is where our waist will be, then from that arc, you measure where you want the length of this flay to be. If it is a skirt, you measure the length. If it is a blouse, you measure the length. So from that arc, you measure where you want it to be. Then after you add your seam allowance too to it, and you mark. In this case, I'll be marking 15 inches, and I will draw my circle. After drawing the circle, I will cut it out. And I must say that this is a 90-degree skirt, like I said, and it will have joining at the back. So if you are putting zip allowance, if you are putting zip, then you have to put your zipper allowance when you are cutting it on the fabric. So just watch as I will mark it and I will cut it on the fabric so that you can see what it looks like. So after cutting, the next thing is to put it on my fabric, and you only need one layer. You will not double the fabric, just one layer of the fabric. That is what you need. Then you place your pattern and you cut it. Any allowance you need, you are going to put and you cut. So after cutting, this is what it looks like, and then it will just have one joining at the back. And when I fold it now, it looks like an A shape kind of a skirt. It looks like A shape. So this is a 90-degree flay. The next one we'll cut is half a circle, which is 180-degree. Now let me tell you the calculation. So the measurement you use is the waist divided by 2. After dividing the waist by 2, you will add your allowance. Then you will now multiply what you have by 4. Then whatever it is, you will now divide by 6.28. Alright, this is the calculation I will use. 24 divided by 2, and it will give me 12. I will add 1 inch seam allowance, it will give me 13. Then 13 times 4 divided by 6.28. So that is what I will use to now draw this circle or this arc that I am drawing. So after drawing this arc, I'll put the length of the flay. Whatever I want the flay to be, I'll put the length. Then I'll cut out my pattern. When I place it on my fabric, I will make sure I cut one side on fold, and the other side I will put zipper allowance. So this skirt too will have its joining at the back or by the side, anywhere you want to put it, but it will have only one joining, and it will be cut on fold. Remember, the 90-degree was not cut on fold. This one is 180-degree. This is half circle skirt. All right, just keep watching what I'm doing. You just fold your fabric into 2 and you place your pattern. One side will be on fold. This side that I'm touching is on fold, and the other side is open. That is where my zipper will be. So, and you cut it out. This is a 180-degree flay. So I'll cut it out and I'll show you what I have. All right, so after cutting, this is what it looks like. It is fuller than the 90-degree because this one is a half a circle. So let me go to how to cut a full circle. We have other type of fillet, so you can cut 720, 1440, but we'll stop at 360. Okay, let's cut 360. I'll be using my paper. I will fold it into two like this. Then I will fold it again so that it will have four. So this is, if you are cutting it directly on your fabric, this is how you are going to fold your fabric. And what you do here is simple. Your waist divided by 6.28. I don't want to give you any complicated what's it called, calculation. Just your waist divided by 6.28. You mark it. Then you mark the length of the fillet and you cut it out and you slit it. Just keep watching, you will understand what you have to do. So this is the fillet class that for today. This is all about fillet class, and I will see you again in my next class.